That's right. We're all about the rock and the country. However, we're focusing on the rock part of things right now here on the Twisted Mix. It's Casey filling in for Kara, and we're so excited and so honored to have on board a guy who is epic in the rock industry. He's a guitar. You like that, do you? Rock guitarist. He's been recording for 5 decades, and as far as I'm concerned, if you're doing it for 5 decades, that's epic in my book. He's best known for one of the members of Badfinger, has been out there performing for band classic lineups for decades. So excited to have on board Joey Molland. Hey, Joey, how the heck are ya?
I'm good. I'm just moving right along. It's all good for me.
I love the accent. This is so awesome. Hey, listen, we are so honored and pleased to have you on the show today. But let's, if it's okay with you, I just want to back up a little bit. For some folks who may know as much about you as they'd like, you've done so many amazing things, and throughout your career, you've performed in the realm of Badfinger, in and out of that, but it always seems like you return to that, and you're back at it again in today's world. Why is that? What's so special about staying a part of the Badfinger
Well, of course,
sound?
It was a big highlight in my career. It was certainly the most successful band I've ever been in. Although I've played in bands since I was 17, and that's my goodness, that's over 50 years now. Mm-hmm. So I've been playing all my life, but Badfinger was certainly the most popular and sold the most records. We had our biggest hits, and along at that same period of my life, I got to work with a few of the Beatles. We were affiliated with their record label and publishing company, of course. Developed whatever kind of reputation I have as a songwriter myself, and as a guitar player or a singer. Although I wouldn't say much about the singing, but it was just a highlight of my life, and it's been a fundamental part of me making a living as a musician. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can go out and do Joey Molland shows, but I'll only make like $5. You know. But as a member of Badfinger, I might be able to make myself $25. You know, so it's kind of cool, and the songs are great. You know, like No Matter What and Day After Day and Baby Blue and all that stuff. They're such great little rock songs, rock band songs. They're easy to play on stage. They're great to perform, and I can still kind of stand erect and perform them. You know what I mean? I always vowed that when I stopped being able to sing the songs, then I would stop doing it. So that's why I keep on doing those shows. And plus the fans are great. You know, they come out. I think they enjoy the shows and enjoy hearing those songs again. So all you people out there who don't know anything about me or anything, that's what I do. And I do it remarkably well, as it happens. There.
Yeah, there you go. You've been doing it for years. Do you find, Joey, I mean, you have been doing it for a long time, so you probably have those lifers, those people who have followed your career for years and years and years. But have you noticed that, and it seems like this seems to be happening with some of the older bands, that there's this whole new young generation that maybe weren't around, at the birth of Badfinger or whatever, but they're there in the audience. They know all the words to the songs, even though they're 10 or 12 or 15. Are you finding that connection with some younger audiences these days?
Sure, the music, of course, is timeless. So if a young person hears the song and likes it, to them it's a brand new record, just came out. And so, you know what I mean? I can see where they'd like it, you know what I mean? I'm still hearing records that came out then that I'd never heard before. And so they're brand new records for me as well. So yeah, I do see these people. I see people of all ages. I've known people when we first came to America. We didn't know anybody, obviously. Just 4 guys in a band with a couple of roadies, and we'd drive around doing gigs. And one of the things we used to like to do was hang around in the car parks after the show. And we'd meet the people who were at the gigs, the people who came to see the band. And we got to know some of them over the years. The Stapira family, for instance, up in New York State there. Just different families around the country. And we got friendly with them. We'd go home to dinner with them. We'd meet their mums and dads.
Nice.
And, because we get down to it, we're all the same. We're all basic. I play the guitar and like music. You might like music and go to concerts, but we're the same. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So it was easy to get on. We'd all been to school. We all had jobs and stuff like that. We all had to pay the rent. We all had the same lives, really. And so it's easy to establish, relationships like that. And I've made relationships with these people. I've watched them grow up and get married, have children of their own, and grab their own bunch of things that they've got to pay,
Yeah.
So life just goes on, doesn't it? And it's great to see those people. I've got a Facebook thing. I've got like 4,000 odd friends up there, people that I've met. They post photographs of us 10 years ago, 15 years ago, last year. So I do, in answer to your question, yeah, I do. I've got this great big family. I've got couches all over the world that I can crash on if I need.
Nice.
That kind of stuff. And I like that side of life. That for me is life, if you like. It's every bit as much as getting an idea for a tune, or going in the studio, or going and ogling guitars in the store, which is still a big part of my life as well. It's just like that. Life is just like that.
Nice. Well, that's pretty cool that you're still like down to earth on that level, and people you're approachable, and people like you, and like you said.
Another thing, when I got my breaks and things happened to me, I was always astounded in the first place that it had happened to me rather than somebody else. And then when I met people like George Harrison, I met like Eric Clapton, Leon Russell, God bless him, just passed away. Great artists like that, and they were dead normal people. I mean, to a man. I've met a couple of weirdos who think great, and they think they're great. Some of these people, and of course they are gifted in certain ways, but that doesn't make you great. You know what I mean? What makes you great is taking care of somebody over the road who's a bit sick. That makes you great.
Nice.
So all of these people, I'm talking about George and them. John was like that. Just very normal people with abnormal lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was great, and I learned a lot from those people. Not to forget those things. Not to I was raised by a good family too, of course. But,
right.
It's just like that. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
So it is awesome. I feel very lucky and very blessed because no matter what happens to me, my life stays the same. Well,
you seem to be, one of those people who are, a very down to earth, giving back kind of person. And one of the things that I read about you was the re-recording and re-releasing of your 1972 Sweet Tuesday Morning with the 10,000 Maniacs, about Why Hunger, the organization Why Hunger. How did that all come about? And what is Why Hunger?
Why Hunger is just what it is. It's a charity dedicated to trying to generate funds to help relieve hunger around the world. And different artists, have donated themselves or a song, and they donate the royalties that are generated by that particular edition of the song to go to Why Hunger. And nothing wrong with that. I'd met 10,000 Maniacs through John Lombardo I think Lombardo it is. It's not Lombardi, is it? Did I get that wrong?
I'm not sure. It's okay.
John was one of the founding members of 10,000 Maniacs.
Oh, okay.
And through them, I actually recorded with John and Mary. Mary's the violinist.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that what you call them? Fiddle player, the violinist?
Sure.
She plays the violin with 10,000 Maniacs, too. She did for a while. And I recorded an album they made several years ago, played some guitar and sang a little harmony. And we've maintained that kind of relationship, long distance, over the years. And they started getting involved with this project. And I was invited to come along, and they wanted to do a version of Sweet Tuesday Morning, a song that I wrote that they liked. And so, sure, I went in and did it. And hopefully they've been selling a few. It's been a couple of years now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just one of those things you do, you know. It might do a bit of good. It's certainly fun to do it. You know, work and play with different artists is always fun. And it's good. Also, I should mention Armand Petrie from the university up there in New York State, the music college. I've been up there and lectured a little bit to the students who are in the music course. It's one of the best music courses in the country, I believe. And being up there, he was involved in getting it all together. So, you know, it's just one of the things that comes along in the life of a guy like myself, you know.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, when you come to the venue this Friday, what can people expect from your Friday night performance? Is it all classic Badfinger, or is there going to be anything new Badfinger? Anything soloist from you yourself? What can people expect Friday night?
I'll do the bulk of the material will be from the old Badfinger album.
Okay.
I think we'll do about probably 25 songs in the set. 20 of them or so will be from the Badfinger albums. We'll play all the big major hit songs that we had back in the day.
Uh-huh.
I've been recording solo albums, you know, during my life, and so I'll include maybe 2 or 3 of those songs. Dreams of Thunder is a song I do about a song I wrote in the 80s. About the riots going on, about young people. You know, they were burning Liverpool down and stuff like that. So it's a song I do. Gives me a chance to have a little bit of a jam on the guitar and sing a few words that might mean something.
Nice.
In a social way. And then I do a newer song called Happy, which is like, I call it a political love song. I could be happy somewhere, don't take the floor away from me. You know, I could believe in something, don't break my heart and set me free. You know, that kind of stuff. So I'll probably include that in the show.
Nice.
And I do a couple of things from later Badfinger albums, like Tommy and I did a record. Tommy Evans was the bass player in Badfinger. And he and I made a Badfinger record in 1980. Do a song from there called No More, which is kind of a biographical song about us, about Tommy and me, and you know, just no more getting around it. You know,
nice.
We should have found it by now. We should have years ago. We did, but we didn't know. So it's a bit of a moaning song, really. But again, it gives me a chance to jam. Got a hell of a groove, and it's fun to sing it. The words are good and stuff like that. So it's I guess the show, in answer to your question, mainly Badfinger with a little spattering of some Joey Molland songs. Of course, I wrote half of the songs for Badfinger, so you know, necessarily there'll be a few more of my songs in there. But the big hits are all Peter Ham songs, you know.
Right.
And we include the Badfinger version of Without You, which was written by Tommy Evans and Pete Ham, 2 of the guys in Badfinger. 2 different songs, actually, that we stuck together in the studio and turned into one song called Without You.
Nice,
okay.
Nice.
You know, we did a little bluesy version of that tune, and it turned into Harry Nilsson recorded the big bombastic version of it, you know. And it's become like a standard. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
We did it in the studio one day at Abbey Road in England, doing our first Badfinger album, and we put the song together, recorded it, and forgot about it. Just forgot about it.
Nice.
It was a little bluesy love song. It was nice, but we never really thought much of it. You know what I mean? It was just a good song. Good. We tried to do. We did the best songs we could, you know. So, but we forgot all about it. It was astounding for it to achieve all the success.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, nice. Hey, we played it a little while ago, and it's a great tune. Joey, I don't want to hold you too long, but one other kind of quick thing. Now, people can find you on. You mentioned that you're on the social medias of Facebook, a website. How can people track down where you are, what you're doing, and what you got going on?
We've got a Badfinger site, badfingersite.com. It's all one word, Badfinger and site all together as one word.
Okay.
.com. That's our website, and we try to keep that up pretty much up to date. A fella, Paul Davey, runs it for me.
Right.
Pal of mine and everything. Paul also plays dates with me.
Okay.
I do solo shows as well, acoustics.
Okay.
And the storyteller things. And on those shows, Paul comes with me and plays some bass, plays a bit of piano, and sings a bit of harmony. So anyway, he runs the site for us, and we try and keep that up to date. You know, we also have a few things that we sell up there, some T-shirts. When they used Breaking Bad used Baby Blue, we had some kind of cool shirts made up with that. Nice. I'd recommend them.
Okay, awesome.
But we got some stuff like that, just stuff,
Nice, yeah, nice, good
swag. There's like a letter page, that you can write in and say, I saw them and they sucked or whatever. You know what I mean? So
nice, Joey.
Yeah.
So
good.
Lots of people can look forward to this show. Friday night, you guys are going to be rocking the house, doing some good stuff. They can track you down on Facebook. They can find information about you at badfingersite.com. And anything new and exciting coming your way? A little wink, wink, nudge, nudge that the listeners can be looking for?
I'm doing some remixes now on some of my solo albums. I've done about 5 or 6 over the years, and I'm just going to be going back and having a look at them. I did a record down in Memphis at Royal Studios about 3 years ago. It was called Return to Memphis. So I was always a big fan of that music. Of course, Elvis came out of Memphis, and I was always a big fan of that rhythm and blues that came out of there, Stax Records and all that. And I had the opportunity to go make a record. So I went there to make a different record. When you're doing what I do, or when you have success with a band, you tend to keep on making those kind of records, and I really wanted to make a different kind of record, so I went to Memphis, and I played with Memphis players, just with a little trio, quartet, including myself, of course. Lester Snells had played piano with Isaac Hayes, people like that. Steve Potts played drums. He's the current drummer. He's played drums for everybody, from Cyndi Lauper on down. She's a fantastic drummer, and of course he plays with Booker T and the MGs now. He's their house drummer, and bass player Dave Smith, a Memphis bass player, who's played with God knows who, everybody. And they just went in the studio with these 3 guys and recorded 12 or 13 songs and stuff. Anyway, I'm going back to remix it. I want to get a bit more energy in it. It was a bit laid back. And I want a bit more energy in it, so I'm going to try and figure out how to do that.
Okay, that sounds awesome, and people can be looking forward to that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exciting for anybody, but it's exciting for me to go and do these things. So
awesome.
And then there's other stuff, stuff like This Way Up. I'm going to remix. I'm going to kind of do a bit of a Let It Be Naked thing with it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The way they took a lot of the overdubs out. I think I maybe overproduced that. I produced it myself. It was actually it got great reviews and sold very well when it came out. But always, when I listen to it myself, I think maybe I overdid a couple of things on there, and I'm going to go in and kind of fiddle around with that.
Okay.
They're the exciting things for me. I've just started to get some ideas for some new songs. I haven't been writing a lot of stuff, so I'm kind of excited about that. And I'll probably get in the studio and do some of that sometime next year.
Wow.
I'm going to do a new record for definitely with Mark Hudson. Do you know who Mark Hudson is?
Nope.
Okay, we'll strike that question from the interview then.
Who's Mark Hudson? Tell us who it is.
Mark Hudson's a great friend of mine, and of course he's very famous, world famous, as the producer of Aerosmith's smash hit record, Living on the Edge, which he wrote.
Nice.
And won a Grammy for.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He was also one of the Hudson brothers who had the TV show when they were kids.
Nice.
I mean, he's been in show business all his life. He's known to hang around with famous people. Great Beatle fan. And one of the great record producers and songwriters and singers and entertainers on the planet, really. If you get a chance to go see him, go see him.
Okay.
He does, for people in the New York area there, Mark does the Iridium, I think one Monday a month. That's the place where Les Paul used to do his residency. Well, Mark has a show he does on a Monday nights. He has guest stars come in and play with him. And it's a lot of fun. He's bloody hilarious on stage.
Okay.
Sings like a bird. He's a real entertainer, this guy.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's whether you like him or not, or you like his records or not, or whatever. And of course, he was Ringo Starr's producer for 10 years or something, 10 albums. And he played in the Roundheads, Ringo's band. He's just a great all-round entertainer, and I'm very excited to tell you that we're going to make a record together.
Okay.
But yeah, so that kind of stuff that's going on. Am I going on too far here?
You're fine.
eating up all day, you know. Right? Got a new president. The country's going to go mad.
Okay. Well,
it's good, isn't it? Someone's going to change gear, you know.
Joey, you're such a doll. You're such a sweet to talk to. I mean, it's been a lot of fun. But looking forward to your show on Friday night, coming over. And again, people want to find out what you have going on. It sounds like you're a ball of fire for all what you have going on there. Your new music, your album mixes and stuff. Badfingersite.com is how they can find you. Facebook. The social medias, and definitely looking forward to the show on Friday. Joey, if you could just hang out for 1 minute, I'd like to chat with you a little bit off air, but if you can hang in there for just a second. But I appreciate you taking the time and chatting with me on the show today.
That's okay. You're welcome. Hope the people out there have enjoyed it.
I'm sure they did.
Hope we can do it again sometime.